Good students, we want to continue our topic triangles and polygons. Today's session being the concluding part of the topic, we want to look at the problem solving approach into triangles and polygons. We move straight to the objective. Our objective still remains the same, and straight away we need to quickly remind ourselves of the formula that we make use of. We remember how this formula that we make use in the process. Now let's go straight to question. But before the questions, I want to have a quiz. Look at the question that will come up now. That the sum of the angles of regular polygon is 2520 degrees. How many sides does this polygon have? So you can do this within 60 seconds and we have your solution. So if you solve it correctly, you are going to get 16 as number of sides of this polygon. So that's just to remind us ourselves of the discussion that we had last. Now we move on straight to today's questions. We have the first one that says, if each interior angle of a regular polygon is 5 times the exterior angle, you are asked to find the number of sides of the polygon. We know that when they talk about exterior angle and interior angle of a polygon, sum of the two will give us 180 degrees. So if the interior is 5 times the exterior, so you can see from the solution there that interior angle equals to 5 times the exterior, which is same thing as 5e. So 5e plus e will give us 180. Add 180, 5e plus e, that will give us 6e equals to 180. Divide both sides by 6, we have 30 to be the value of the exterior angle. Now, if you want now to find the number of sides according to the question, now we make use of the formula that a number of sides equals to 360 over e. Now the value of exterior is 30 degrees, so we have 360 divided by 30, and that will give us 12 sides. And that solves the question that we have there. We move straight to question number. If you want to look at it, you can look at question number 2 that we have, and let us see how we make use of this. This is question number 2. We are given that in the diagram, two isosceles triangle PQR and PQS, as we have seen, are drawn opposite sides of a common base PQ. If the angle PQR is given as 66 and that of angle PSQ is 109, we have to calculate the value of RQS. If you look at it critically, angle RQS that is required of us is from diagram is letter B and 66 degrees. So sum of the two will give us the required angle. So we need to find letter B. How do we find letter B? If you consider triangle PSQ, you will say that A equals to B, talking about the base angle of isosceles triangle, they are equal. So with this, and we are given the one of the angles there, so 109 plus 2b, because we said A equals to B, that will give us 180. Finding B, we will have 35.5 degrees. Now, as we have done that, for us to find RQX, you just need to add up the 66 and with B. If you add 66 plus the value of B from our previous solution, which is 35.5, and doing that calculation quickly, we are going to have 101.5 degrees, and that's quite easily done. QED. And that will take us to the next question that says that the length of the sides of the right angle triangle are x, 3x minus 1 and 3x plus 1 centimeter. You have to find the value of x. Now this one talks about the right angle triangle, and what comes to your mind is that one of the angle equals to 90 degrees. So if that is equal to 90 degrees, we can put our values into the diagram as you can see on the screen, and from there that will help us using the Pythagoras theorem. So we are looking for the side, we can use Pythagoras theorem to find the solution here. So using Pythagoras theorem, where sum of the square of the hypotenuse sides equals to the square of the sum of the two other sides of the triangle. So that is what Pythagoras says. We can now expand that and solve for x. So expand that and you get this. Rearrange x squared minus 12x equals to 0. Looking for x, is that x equals to 0 or x minus 12 equals to 0? So the solution there equals to 12. Therefore, the value of x, according to the question, is 12 centimeter. That's the value of x, 12 centimeter. So that also takes us to another question quickly. In the diagram A, B, C, D, if you study the diagram very well, it's a parallelogram, and right there you are asked to find ADB, angle ADB. You will observe that line AD and BC are parallel. So also line DC and AB, they are parallel. So with the knowledge of parallel lines and transversal line, so we'll be able to solve the question. And if you look at it, we have that EDF equals to ABD, that is angle 30 degrees, corresponding angles. We also see that CBG equals to DAB, 65 degrees, based on corresponding angle. If you add the three angles together, ABD, DAB, ADB, you are going to get 180 degrees. Substitute the values of what we are given. So looking for ADB, we are going to have 180 minus 95. And if you subtract 95 from 180, what are we going to get? So quickly there, we have the solution to be equals to 85. Thank you. So we look at another question quickly. Question 5. Looking at the diagram, we have to find the value of x. This has to do with polygon, interior and exterior. So recollect the sum of interior angle of a polygon, n minus 2 into 180. Now you will count the number of interior angles there. There are 5. Sum of interior angle equals to 5 minus 2 into 180, and that will give us 540. So the sum of interior angle of a pentagon, 5 sides, equals to 540. If you add everything together, we are going to have 540, 120 plus 90 plus 130 plus 180 minus 3x. If you look at the 3x there, we don't have the interior angle, but we have the exterior. Based on 180 and exterior plus interior, we'll be able to have 180 minus 3x, so also 180 minus 5x. You add them up, you are going to get 540. Solve for x, and in that question our x is given as 20 degrees. You can see that it's very simple. You quickly go to another question because of our time. The interior angles of a polygon are as follows, and you have to find the value of x. Find the value of x. In solving this quickly, you need to count the number of angles given to you. So if you count, you see that you have 6 angles in the question, and that tells us what type of polygon is that. Hexagon, 6 polygons. You need to find the sum of the interior angles, which is 720. Look at the calculations there, so you get it straight away if you don't know the number by heart. So let's add up everything and equate to 720. Solving for x, in that we give the value of x to be 73.3 degrees. You can see it's very simple. We move on to another question. If one interior angle of a regular polygon is 144 degrees, how many sides has a polygon? Straight away, we are told that one interior of a regular polygon is 144. Don't forget that interior angle plus exterior equals to 180. So subtract 144 from 180, you get 36. And with the formula exterior angle equals to 360 over n, you now have 36. If you divide 360 by 36, and that will give us 10. So it means that the number of sides in that polygon is 10. What is the name for that polygon of 10 sides? That one is decagon. Another question says that a polygon of n sides is such that each interior angle is 100 greater than the exterior. We have to find the value of n and the sum of the interior angle. We look at it quickly. Still using the interior plus the exterior equals to 180. By the time you solve for E, you are going to get E to be equals to 40. Hence, 360 divided by E, that's 360 by 40, will give us 9. Number of sides, 9. And we also apply sum of interior angles in order to get the sum of the interior, n minus 2. Now we have 9 as the number of sides. 9 minus 2 into 180. Let's multiply that one. We are going to get 1260 degrees as the sum of the interior angle of that shape. So that question has been solved there. So the next thing we are going to have is class activities, questions for you to attempt if you really understood what we have discussed. So solve the questions you are seeing on the screen, solve them and see if you get your answer correctly. So I will say thank you for listening. Bye for now.